Hey guys, welcome to MC Products Review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the, don't even know what to call this. I know it's Incredible Hulk, but that bath in the middle, it's the Endgame Smart Hulk slash whatever Hulk you want to call it. But it's the Endgame version of Incredible Hulk. You see, I displayed all the figures that come in that wave. To your very left is Union Jack. Then you have Shuri. Then you have Loki. Then, of course, the Build-A-Figure Ruffalo Hulk. Then right beside him is War Machine, the incorrect version, and I'll explain more about that. Then you have Rescue in the front, Pepper Potts. Then you have Beta Ray Bill. And then you have Marvel's Rock Python. And you see, if you take a look at Rescue in the front, she's basically what you call it doesn't really, you can tell it's a female figure because we know who Rescue, that's Pepper Potts. But as far as articulation, they nailed it with the double elbow. Most of the female figures in the Marvel lines do not have double joint elbows. As you can see, Shuri to the very left, she has the very popular single elbow that they give all the girls. But Rescue has double elbows. That's because her face, it doesn't really show that she's a girl, aside from her chest piece. And we know that she's Rescue. But I just wish they do that for all the female characters. I just don't understand it. I mean, look how slender she is. She looks really good. And we're going to talk more about that. But let's go on and review these figures and see if it's worthy of buying it or not. So let's start with Union Jack. Now, Union Jack is a needed figure in the Marvel Legends and just your Marvel line of collection because, one, we do not have a 6-inch version of Union Jack as far as the Hasbro Marvel Legends go. I did have a Marvel Universe version of this figure. He does his part. He looks like Union Jack. He looks cool. I don't know what mold that is. Articulation is great. Comes with a standard pistol that you probably see with most of the other Marvel Legend figures, and that very popular knife that they use with a lot of figures. And like I said, the paint is nice. Application, the mask, it does its part. It looks like Union Jack. Other than that, those are the two accessories that come with it. And let me see, what else did I forget to mention? Yeah, he will stand out in your display because of that giant English flag on his chest. And that's a plus, you know. I mean, you like figures to stand out in your collection. Like when people are looking over your display, Union Jack will stand out because of that flag on his chest. And it looks almost like a ninja, even though he's not a ninja. But yeah, he's a good looking figure and he does his part, and I like it so much. Shuri's a needed figure in the MCU line, so if you're looking to finish off your Black Panther and just all your MCU line, yeah, Shuri's a sure bet to get. Only thing disappointing about it is that they could have given us more head. You know, I'm always going to ask for more accessories with these kind of figures because you're stuck with just that one pose and that one look and one expression. The two Panther hands with the gimmick lightning coming out of it looks really good. As you can tell on the back of her neck, that's very detailed. You touch the texture in that, it feels really good. Her face is just plain. I mean, she's supposed to look like she's in battle, but she just looks calm. That's why I say it's always good to have 2 or 3 different heads. And, you know, the hands don't really matter in this because it does what it wants it to do. But it looks like the African character of Shuri. We needed one in our line, and it's a sure bet. Don't disappoint me with this is, of course, the elbows. And the face is just the plain face. With Loki, I do not have a Loki in my line that's the comic version. So this is a plus for me, by the way. He's just kind of big. I've never pictured Loki being as big or almost the same size as Thor, but I can't complain. Like I said, this is my first Loki comic version. I do have the MCU version of Loki, and I have the old Toy Biz version that looks like an old man. I don't have it right now. It's stored away. You know what? Maybe I can look for him. Let me try and get him. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this guy right here. I don't know who that is, but that's supposed to be Loki. he might be the real father of Loki instead of Odin. But yeah, this has been my comic book version of Loki, and I just went with it. You know, I just looked at it cross-eyed, and I was like, yeah, that looks like Loki. Knock them figures down all the time. And just looking at the color of Loki, he pops. That yellow. Yellow's always going to get me on my display. You know, he looks like, I am the real son of Odin, not you, Thor. You know, he's stuck behind that. You see that, guys? He's rotating. Falling again. I do like the sword that they gave Loki, even though I'm not going to be displaying Loki with a sword. More like daggers or just a staff, because that's the true way Loki should be looking like, and with a cape. So I'll try and find a way to get a cape on him. Maybe I'll take it off that old man Loki that I have before. But yeah, he looks like he comes straight out of the comic book. Just look at the details on the back. The Aquaman, Namor scaling on the back of his outfit. And then just the yellow pops. It looks kind of mustard in the screen right here, but the yellow is very glossy and it will really pop in your display. Very good figure, although he's just large. Articulation is all the same. The horns, yeah, that could be broken if it's over time if you don't take care of it very well. So I do implore like not to have other toys laying on top of it if you store them away. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the way this War Machine looks like with the cat eyes on his chest. But after seeing the new War Machine that's coming out in the new Endgame Wave 2, I was like, man, they took a dump on this. And the reason why I'm saying that is because not only does the newer version have all the gadgets he's supposed to have, he's the right color as well from the Endgame movie. I'm okay with War Machine being gray. You know, this looks like War Machine, the ones we see in the comic book. So I'll probably buy the other one and just keep him as my comic book version. Just do a little mod to it. It came with 3 separate guns. You add the top gun on his right shoulder, and then you add the 2 cannons to his wrist. And that's basically it. He's articulated for a robot, so you're not going to get that much movement from him. But yeah, he looks really good, and he's pretty tall. And he might be the best figure in the wave. But let's talk about that at another time. They nailed Rescue. Perfect figure, perfect articulation. Only thing that could make you say, well, it's not a perfect figure, is that they didn't give, of course, extra hands and a Pepper Pot head. And putting Pepper Pot's head on Rescue doesn't look good because of how the neck is done for the robot mode. So if you want to see me, I can show you. But she comes with a backpack plate, and then also that one where she's taking off, or the rocket. I put that one on because it just looks cool. It makes it look it just looks better to me than the backpack piece. But the gold is not gold. That's the little qualm I have with it. If you have it in person, you see what I'm talking about. The details is Marvel Legends standard. And yeah, best female articulation right now, other than the Han Solo's daughter. What's her name from the Black series? I keep forgetting. Hope. Is it Hope Solo? Hope Solo's a soccer player. She's a goalie. Let me find out what her name is. Sorry for the ignorance, guys. It was Jaina Solo. I don't know why I had Hope Solo in my head. But oh well. But yeah, articulation's on par with that figure as well as far as Hasbro female characters. And you know, the way I'm talking about it, you guys can already tell that Rescue's probably going to be the best figure in this wave when I do my ratings. But let me move on to the next one. Yeah, this is probably the dullest figure in the wave, but you need him. Why? Well, if you're a completionist and you need all the characters in the Marvel line, why would you skip him? For money purposes, yeah, you can skip him again at another time, but Rock Python, he's one of the Serpent Society members. You need him. You know, the funny thing is his baby blue, you like think that, oh, a baby blue figure, he looks pretty cool. But the blue doesn't even pop at all. It just looks very dull, looks unfinished as far as the polish on it. Same thing as, what's his name from the Serpent Society that we got? What's his name? Oh, man. Can't remember. I hate it when I can't remember. Cottonmouth. There you go. Yeah, Cottonmouth is just a dull looking figure. And he looks dull. But yes, if you're a completionist and you need to finish off your Serpent Society, just might as well get him. But my best bet is to probably wait till he gets to like Five Below or even Ross. And then you have my man, Beta Ray Bill. I don't have any form or version of Beta Ray Bill, and this is my favorite version of him. And you're probably gonna ask, why is he your favorite version? Well, because I never had any other version. And I love this character in the comics. So whatever version I was gonna get first is gonna be my favorite version. If they come off another one with the correct outfit, that'll probably be my favorite version as well. But I love this character. Love the fact that his mouth is articulated. Same thing with the beast from the new beast from the new wave of I think it's Caliban. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's Caliban wave. I don't know why they have beast in that roaring mouth. Why didn't they give him the articulated mouth like the original Toy Biz version? I want all my characters with mouths and beast looking faces to be able to have articulated jaw. Going forward, Hasbro, please do more of these articulated mouths and the jaw. It really makes the figure stand out. Only problem with this figure is he's very, very top heavy. He's going to be knocking down all your Marvel Legends from time and time. You shut the door, he'll probably be the first one to teeter over and knock down everything you spent time putting up. You see how I got him leaning forward a little bit? It's because you have to do that, unless you have a stand. And with that hammer pose, it just adds more weight to the figure. So yeah, you're gonna have to gimmick him, make him look like that all the time, or just get a stand to make him look cool. But yeah, he's very top heavy, especially with that cape. But other than that, very beautiful figure, very nice version of the Hasbro version of Beta Ray Bill, and I love him. I like him. And here's the Build-A-Figure. Action! And here's the Build-A-Figure. I don't like this figure. Why? Because I saw the Marvel Select version coming out that has him in the proper suit, and it just looks better. The only time I remember Hulk looking, he's gonna fall again. I can see it. Let me fix it. Give me a second. That's how you fix him. Get him off that rotating stand. But the face is there. You see, like, you look at his face, look at the sculpt. Yeah, it's all there. I just know that they cheated us because he's supposed to have that suit that they all had, the quantum suit. Instead, it gave us a Hulk that we probably have 10 versions of, and that's why I don't like him. But if it's your first Hulk, then go ahead. He doesn't even look like Hulk, but they got the face. They got him just like how he looks like in Endgame. So if you're basing him based on how he looks like in Endgame, the face, the sculpt, yeah, it's all there. But after all the other Hulks I have, if I had a choice to pass on this figure, I would have. But because he came with the wave, might as well build him. I'll probably end up selling this figure once the Marvel Select version, or if they give us the correct version. But yeah, it's a very disappointing figure to me. But for those of you who this might be the first figure, yeah, I can see why you'll like it. But that's not Hulk to me. That's another story. I don't like what Endgame did as far as Hulk, but it made sense in the story. It doesn't take anything away from that beautiful movie. I just wish Hulk was still Hulk. They should never change Hulk. But it made sense in the movie. And let me stop rambling and let me get to the ratings. And this is how I got the figures. Starting from last will be Python. My rating for him as far as well, just overall, very disappointing figure. I don't like the way the mold is, just very dull. I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 10. Just very boring looking figure. And then next to that is the bath that I was explaining. People were like, wow, why would you put that Build-A-Figure very low? Like I told you, I explained it. He just doesn't do anything for me. With all the Incredible Hulks I have, he's probably my worst Hulk that I have. And I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 10, just based on what I mentioned already, that he doesn't do anything for me as far as Hulk. And then you have Shuri. Spoke about how her face just is very dull. And other than that, she's not better than the other figures I'm going to mention. So Shuri's getting a 5 out of 10 for me as well. A higher 5 than the Ruffalo Hulk right there. And then you have Union Jack. Yeah, he's gonna pop. He's gonna look good. We don't have a Union Jack, and he's a 6 out of 10 for me. And then with War Machine coming at 5, like I said earlier, they have the correct version coming out. It's a very good figure, very high 7 over here. And then you have Loki. Comic book version looks very good. I like it. I just like it a lot. And that's a higher 7. It's still a 7, but a higher 7 than the War Machine. And then you have my man, Beta Ray Bill. He could have been number 1 of this selection, but because, like I said, he's top heavy, so that kicked him back down to a 7.5. And then you have Rescue. I'm kind of interested to see if Mayfex or Mesco take a crack at her. They'll probably make the color pop more. She might be smaller or bigger. But other than not giving us that Pepper Potts head, extra head, you know what? I didn't show you guys the MCU version of Pepper Potts on her head. I'll do that after I give you her rating. I'm giving her a high 9 out of 10. And they did a real good job with her. Let me go ahead and put that Pepper Potts head on her and see what you guys think. That's where that extra backpack comes in handy. You can't put her head on if she has the Jet Rocket backpack on. See, it doesn't look that bad. If you aren't too anal about everything, that does what you want to do. Looks pretty cool. If you're wondering why I still got her in that same pose, just to show you that double elbow. She has that double elbow. Very excellent figure. And it's the best in this bath right here. So make sure you get your Rescue. Keep collecting. This is MC. Love y'all. And I'm out. One thing I forgot to mention. The sword from my Toy Biz Loki looks way better than the Hasbro version. The Hasbro version looks kind of like a toy. This one was very detailed, so I added it to the Loki, which just makes it look a little bit more better. That is all.
Thanks for watching.